All right, thanking the Lord for another blessed, beautiful day. Want to give a great shout out to the YouTube family, Facebook family. Hope everybody is doing well and may God bless you. We're still talking about Revelation. Now I want to talk about the first four commandments. Once again, everything, I always go back to the beginning. And I kind of want to respond back and hit with my boy Mitty Man in this video, because Mitty Man not too long ago did a video, and in his video he was saying it was all about worship. And I agree with you 1,000,000%, Mitty Man, 1,000,000%. It's all about worship. Who gonna worship who? Because Satan wants it all. He wants the glory. He wants God's throne. He wanted it, but he know that he is defeated. But he's doing a good job on staying focused on his goal. But the question is, why are Christians slacking? Now I want to talk about the first four commandments, because once again, everything always go back to the beginning. Now let's look at the first four. Now you remember when God said, "You shall have no other gods before me," in Exodus. Well, let's think about it right now. Let's look at Revelation, tying that in with Exodus. They shall worship the dragon and the beast. Now let's look at nowadays. How many people have turned from God? Some ain't never even, don't even want nothing to do with God, and they following the devil. They following the devil and they cool with it. When he said in Exodus, "There shall not be no other God before me." And when we fast forward to Revelation, around Revelation 13, it tells you that they shall worship the dragon and the beast, because there's so many people gonna have their faith, they trust in this old serpent, this old devil, and they're gonna turn from God, because most people gonna think the devil is God. They're gonna think that he is God because of the miracles that he's gonna be performing. Now, let's look at 2. You shall not make for yourself any idols. Now, we learned that in the children of Israel, how disobedient, how they start fooling around with those other idols, those golden calves, generation after generation. You shall not make for yourself any other idols. Now, let's stay in Revelation 13. They make an image to the beast and worship it. Sounds familiar? Remember when Moses was still on the mountaintop and they got impatient, they started making their own idol? They made an image for the beast and worship it. See, there is nothing new once again under the sun. People are worshiping idols right now. Some ain't never stopped. Some of y'all guys can fall over and break, but the God I serve can't break, period. He is everlasting. He is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Now let's look at 3. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Well, let's look at Revelations again in 13. Blasphemes the name of God and gives his name to his followers. And we all know how Satan blasphemes God, claiming to be God, want God's throne. And people are deceived right now. Now, let's look at 4. Remember the Sabbath day. I'm talking about Exodus 20 now. It contains God's seal, a mark, and it's a sign. We are to bind God's laws on our wrists and forehead. Well, let's look at 13 again. The beast gives what? A false mark or sign on the forehead and in the right hand. See how the devil still marks everything? Now, I already did a video about that mark of the beast and whether you think it's a mark that's really a physical mark that you put on your body, or you're going to believe what you're going to believe on that. But I'm just making the comparison right here with Exodus 20 and Revelation 13 about that mark. This is why I always tell people, knowledge, wisdom. The Bible says, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. Well, you ain't going to have too much wisdom and knowledge without God inside of you. You have to have that Holy Spirit. You got to be studying this word, because if you don't study, you will be deceived. So I want to call this video, "The Beast in Revelation Will Attack the Worship of God by Demanding the Same Worship Set Aside for God in the First 4 Commandments." May God bless you and may God keep you.